Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, and the annual site of one of the best rivalries in the sport. Not a lot of distance between the Gators and the Dogs, and once a year they come here close to the state line and draw their own battle lines. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida Gators, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Gators will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
It's a good-looking run. And I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Last time these two met, the big dogs ate as Georgia rolled easily.
And taking care of business in a rivalry game like they did, it means a lot. The bragging rights are even better. I can talk about stalking.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell the defense was not buying it. Got in the backfield, got the big play.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Georgia sends out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets it out of there for the first time today and didn't see much of him that loss a week ago. Called on just once. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the offense on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Brady. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox, toting the rock band. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big.
The ball squirts free. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Man, what a break. Great job falling on the football. Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but teammates there to pick him up, fall on the football. Listen, it's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Offense gets set for second down. Back to throw, it's Cross. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. Might as well stick with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He's going for a big play downfield. Ball in the air, intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Quickly complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, Dave. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Pocket starts to collapse. Starts to scramble to the left. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there, and get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys in my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brady. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Scanning the field, it's Croft. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Most of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line, and the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle.
Intercepted. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks and 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays with the balls in the air. The team coordinator's got to love it.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Gets away from one. Scrambling away. Going to try to get it himself. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. Plows through the defense. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Red pass, it's complete. At the 20, he's got space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Now on first and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job on this defense.
And the D deny them on second and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Georgia! They grab the early lead. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment, like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games decided by big moments that live forever. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
He wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league, Dale, if I were allowed to have push passes playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
They're bringing heat. Finds his tight end. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. The Gators are in the hurry-up. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is.
And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Florida! The AT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Though a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper came on a 34-yard jaunt to the end zone. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Another look at this Bulldog offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up. And they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for holes.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the catch. It's Breeze. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, 1st half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Gator. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Just when you think it's automatic, it's not. Extra point, no good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense knows they're going to have to go sideline to stop this offense. Nice job there rallying to the back. Caught the swing pass there on the right corner.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Dumps it to the back. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. He wants to throw. He'll pull it down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And that is just an attitude run. Running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense.
Touchdown, Dogs! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, gigantic implications in this top 15 battle today, and check out what's going down. UCLA is running away with this one right now. It's kind of felt that way since we heard the first 8 clap today. They're up by 18 over Texas Tech. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. On the run, it's Brady. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line getting set on second down. Back to throw, it's Cross. Feeling some heat. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his 2nd interception of the game. He has just lights out here today.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Bulldogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the 3rd quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to reach some havoc and get the sack. And the Gators want to move quickly. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Gators will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll throw it on first down. Got it set up on the outside. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Quarterback will audible. He's looking for a man on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Breeze. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks in Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the inside give. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They go right back to it. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this deep tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Flips it out to the back. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And that is no good. And the lead remains at 1 after the miss. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Looking for space. It's Brady. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the lone running back. Still running at the 40. All kinds of running room. Inside the 30. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. The Gators have moved it inside the 20. They'll go to the ground. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Back to pass, it's Cross. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Here comes the field goal unit. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. No good. And guys, not only a miss, but a missed opportunity to take the lead.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Shakes off the defender. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, going up top. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Georgia lining up to hunt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Gators sending the offense back to work. On the ground, it's Brady. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on to David. Finally, David, to get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
They believe they can run right here. After 40, there he goes. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run. Another good run. Another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll leave it with him. Breaks the tackle. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. And the Gators want to crank the tempo. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Touchdown, Florida! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Sticks it in his belly. Just couldn't nudge it across for the 2-point conversion. They'd hoped to go up by a touchdown, but they're still up by 5 here in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He would go out of bounds at the 27-yard line, just couldn't quite shake free. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
He stopped again. They went right back to him, and he still found no running room at all. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his man. It's Washington. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Takes the easy completion. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. This guy can throw it. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he holds it in at the 25. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
But as a defense, that's what happens if you don't get pressure on the quarterback. It doesn't matter how good your secondary is. If the quarterback has all day to throw, somebody's eventually going to get open, and they're going to hit those big plays. So defensively now moving forward, you have got to do a better job getting home to the QB.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
They've got the screen set up. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Takes it from the gun on third down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop after that last incompletion setting up fourth down. Do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
On fourth down, going to the air. Got it. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
Quarterback keeps it. He gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and the cushion is now 3. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And how about that for a capper, the likely game winner in the waning moments. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to throw, it's Cross. He's going up top here late in the game. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
He wants a big play here late. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And that pick will seal the game as the clock strikes 0. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for them.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games because this is always just a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalries.